pop up as well.
Yeah. Hashtag meow. We'll try.
So back to it, Infernal Shrines. We're getting ready to get into the draft. Things to start considering. Global Pressure, while good on this battleground, is great. I think Wave Clear is a top-notch better a little bit overall. You want to be able to have the wave clear for your middle and the bottom lane, but also if you lose the Shrine phase, you want to be able to clear those waves and get back up to help deal with the Punisher.
It feels like something that was very prevalent in the hands of people like Dartmark, etc. was that Kerrigan pickup.
True.
That came a lot. But now, not as much. I'm not saying we won't see it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that things like Ragnaros and all these other bits, these components that have come in since, really hurt her.
Yeah. The double warrior meta too, double support, she's
yeah.
really not so great against too, especially with Tassadar being a thing.
Ooh.
Ragnaros gets banned out right away. Misfits, I'm assuming, will get rid of Tassadar. But yes, her and Sylvanas, which were almost needed months ago on this battleground.
That is the first time in HGC Europe that Fnatic has banned anything other than Tassadar in their first pick.
Wow.
In their first ban. So, yeah, some respect. Never mind.
Well, to note, they actually have first pick this time.
Yeah, true.
Compared to where they were dominating their match and they didn't get first picks that often. So now they wanted the opportunity to maybe get the Tassadar. Here they go, straight into Tychus. This is a battleground where I know Misfits loves playing Tychus. They love Odin around the entire Shrine phase. So this is a good pickup for Fnatic because A, Tychus, and then B, you take it away from Misfits.
Yeah, he's kind of found this spot where he used to be such a high potential ban in this first phase, but now because of things like Ragnaros and Tassadar finding so much traction, Tassadar sneaks through, and Tassadar is highly Tychus sneaks through, and Tychus is highly valued.
So on the side of Misfits, in the past we have seen them play Zarya on this battleground. This has been a staple for them. They really like to have that engage and that grenade poke as well during the Shrine phase. Diablo is a hero that you will see very often as well. So we could also have an Illidan comp. This is one of the battlegrounds that maybe Illidan is the one that you go for. Here we have Malfurion and Diablo. Again, Diablo around the walls in this map just gets so much isolation, so much stun potential that it's almost a must-need if he's available.
It was the map that resurrected him almost, right? Way back when, halfway through 2016, where I think Dread was mentioning actually in yesterday's North American broadcast that it was actually Lightning Breath that really popped up on this map, but not as common nowadays. It's mostly the Apocalypse for the combo potential. But yeah, he's great here. Really good on the Shrines.
Man, I miss the Lightning Breath days. In order to run Lightning Breath on him, it feels like you need the opposing team to run dive comms anymore. Maybe that would be fun to see if it comes up again. Fnatic here moving into ETC, get Breeze on that beefcake of a hero, and follow up with Rhaegar. Now we have the opportunity to go for a Bloodlust comp too. You already have your Tychus set up. That movement speed can be great.
Alright, so let's see what they're going to ban out. Leoric is the current target. I think that's a good ban. Yeah, I do think that's a good ban. ETC and giving Wubby a Leoric here, I think would be detrimental to them. You could see how powerful it was, not only in the solo lanes on Tomb of the Spider Queen, but just in general, how much they followed up from the Entomb. So I think that would be a good ban here for Misfits.
Yeah, it also kind of yells to me that we might see maybe a third hero without as much mobility. Maybe the trade-off is more power, because the Leoric again is just one of those heroes that stops that in its tracks relatively well. So if Misfits does ban that out, I feel like there's something up their sleeve that we might see here. Over on Fnatic, when you get through your ban phase, what do you get rid of here? What is scary against ETC?
I feel like someone went AFK. That's the longest hover we've had of any pick in HGC Europe so far.
Yo, time is valuable in draft. They're discussing it left and right. Maybe they had that Leoric decided 2 seconds in, but you want to use the rest of your time to figure out your next couple of picks?
Maybe.
You got to be quick here, especially with our new tournament draft.
Yeah, that's true. All right, Fnatic, what do you ban out? Some damage, perhaps? Maybe one of the components of Jaina Zeratul? What do you think?
They actually shouldn't be too scared of the Jaina. The Zeratul does get banned out. They have Rhaegar, who actually does pretty decently against a Ring of Frost with the ability to heal multiple members because they all three get connected with.
True.
It's mostly then you have to follow up with the cleanse on your assassin, but they still get rid of Zeratul there. Again, he was actually a bit of a pain. Nurok played a solid Zeratul, and it was actually probably the reason why that comeback started again for Misfits, is he got a massive pickup off of the fight underneath the boss last game. So getting rid of Nurok off of that Zeratul feels like a good call.
So what would Nuruk end up playing is my big question. He can play a lot. He is probably the biggest flex, and it'll be one of those two. So it'll either be Hasselhoff's on the Zarya or on the Sylvanas. Who normally plays Sylvanas on there too? Maybe that's Nuruk. So yeah, and Hasselhoff's will be on the Zarya. So cool little pickups, good strength, I think, behind that. Not quite the burst potential that they may want, so their final thing might need to be a bit powerful, bit bursty.
Yeah, they have a really strong duration-based team for fighting around these shrines. Diablo can get the engages and stuns in. Damage could be nice for them, so they have left the 5th slot to finish that up, so we'll see if they'll move into that. Li Ming was played relatively well by Hasselhoff's last game. Could be a thing. She falls off a little bit more in value, in my opinion, on this battleground, just with the minions being available. But it does come down to what Fnatic picks here. If they get a 4th and 5th hero that are squishy and you can get that reset potential relatively easy, she could be something good to tech into.
Yeah, Sylvanas, we saw the power of that in our previous series on this map.
Yep.
Really hurts. So now Fnatic.
Well,
Greymane Tyrael. This is an old duo.
Yeah.
A duo that is destructive. I think that's the word I would use. Tyrael engages on Druid, Greymane shows up with a Dark Flight, and then brings in the go for the throat. Especially if you get a blood loss, you start attacking, you have the movement speed to stay with people.
Yes.
The endless possibilities are here. Now, you move to your 5th pick here. Suddenly, I don't want to Li Ming so much. Greymane
Really?
can chew her up.
Yeah.
You know, organ speaking, lore, all that fun stuff can chew her up relatively well.
Nom nom nom.
Tyrael can get the engage and the sanctification. I kind of lean towards a safer assassin. Vala is still on the table here. Illidan. Or Illidan. Sorry, I'm going full full pleb
Twitch
mode
chat.
there for you. Yeah, right? We're Illidan. So yeah, Illidan gets them engaged now. Nice. Something to think about. There is some decent peeling here with ETC. Tychus' overkill can be relatively good, and Greymane also with his engage and a go for the throat can do well against Illidan, but we are talking about Darkmok.
Yeah, and the players in that swap mode, just swap everything around, get it going. As you said, Darkmok on Illidan. Not too often we get to see it anymore. Let me.
Yeah. He went through a phase where he was playing more Alarak than Illidan in the past year. But yes, pulling out the Illidan, you have the Zarya to keep an eye on him. Malfurion does all right before you engage. Illidan should yell out, hey, I'm going for the fight. Malfurion drops the Qs to get the heal over the time, so that's helpful overall. I think he's more of a distraction here with this comp. So the rest can work on the shrines or get the wave clear that they need. Speaking about that, their wave clear is kind of alright. You have Illidan there. Sylvanas is probably their main wave clear for actually getting pushes, but she wants to be near the shrine so she can follow up on the Punisher. So how it shakes out could be rough.
I like that Zarya is the soft enabler of Illidan.
Yeah.
Whereas, you know, normally it would be like a Tassadar to say, oh, we need to have the shields for him or whatever. But definitely Zarya has that power behind her with the support as well to, you know, just give Illidan that room. And Darkmok, yeah, he had a rough first game. He had a rough start to the second game, but that picked up. Darkmok's probably online now, and he's probably ready to go with one of his favorite heroes.
Yeah, I agree with you. We're probably gonna be watching Illidan because he's gonna be the one doing all the cool flips and stuff. But Zarya, you gotta watch her in the background and how she supports. It's gonna really come down to, I believe, probably Nurok's gonna be on that hero. How well they land those shields and make sure that Illidan can be empowered to do what he does best, which is chase and see her carry a couple takedowns.
All right, so we're just waiting a moment here before we actually get into Infernal Shrines. Obviously, these two teams in a very tense situation because there's a lot on the line in this series, considering this is basically, for a lot of people in the European scene, the fight for first place between these two teams. In their current form, how they currently stand, obviously Team Expert's doing very well, but they haven't quite gone up against, you know, the big powerhouses just yet, so we'll see that down the line.
Yeah, those folks at home that like to argue over who's the best in Europe. Exhibit A is an HGC, this team won. Therefore, they're the best team in all of Europe. You know, you want that proof. So, yeah, they are definitely fighting for that honor, but also just to have a good, nice cushion set up here going into the later stages of HGC. If you get in the top 3, you go to a clash.
And then actually, that's something that we were speaking about before broadcast, right? Which is the Misfits, for a lot of people out in the European scene, is considered potentially the best, and I think they also Misfits considers themselves potentially the best, but they want that confirmation They haven't had that confirmation for a long time, ever since midway through 2016 where they won that European regional.
Yeah.
Since then, they didn't go to BlizzCon. Fnatic stole the spotlight away from them. They want that spotlight back from Fnatic. And the fact that we've at least got 4 maps here is tantalizing, so they want the confirmation.
They want that validation. Yeah, you're right. Just totally to prove themselves. Also, talking with them in interviews, they're all about going to the Clash. That's the number one thing they want. They want to go to the BlizzCons. They're all about proving themselves. So we'll see if they can prove themselves here in this tied series between Misfits and Fnatic as we go into Infernal Shrines for game number 3.
Oh, Infernal Shrines.
Here we go, man.
Here we go.
It continues.
It continues, and hopefully it doesn't stop. Blumby to the left-hand side on Diablo. We have Dartmock going to be rocking it on Illidan. We will have Nurok going to be playing Zarya with the moves. Splendor on Malfurion. And finally, it's Hasuobs on Sylvanas. It's Misfits.
Nurok doing the dab there. Love that dance animation on Zarya. Here on the right for Fnatic. It's going to be Quagnix playing the Greymane. Breeze will be on ETC. We also have over here the wonderful Smexy playing Rhaegar. Schwimpy also with the Tychus.
All right, and we'll be rounding it out with that lovely Tyrael. Good stuff, Wubby. They're all a bunch of hair models. I say it every single time. For a moment, Smexy wasn't because he joined the Karazim Club. Or whatever it's called, with Kaldor. I know he's probably watching out there. Hi, Kaldor.
Hi, Kaldor.
Hope to have you here soon, buddy.
Can't wait to see you, man. Breezo can't wait to engage, and Darkmock, man, gets picked off immediately in the first 25 seconds of the game.
I can't decide if it's an off day for Dartmock or Fnatic is just picking on him at this point.
Yeah, it seems like he keeps getting isolated. And again, he was talking about some ping issues, so they could be on a bit of a server here that's slowing him down a bit. But if you know that, you naturally start playing a bit more reserved.
All right, so Wubby's going to be solo up towards the top against Nurok here. Shouldn't be feeding any of those shields anytime soon unless Nurok pushes this forward. But look at this, not even attempting to push it forwards, just waiting to soak it so Illidan can rotate in and start controlling the lane at his pace himself.
Yeah, they will continue that. Greymane is looking to make a bit of a gank there in the top lane. Also here in the bottom lane, they keep it clear. Here is Quagnix charging in. There goes the Gilling Cocktail for the damage evasion. Will allow Darkmock to dance around for a little bit. But again, when you get to know them about half health, you start to play a tad bit more reserved.
All right, so shields on him, keeping him alive and healthy. And I still like the attempt on towards him. I even think, even if they're not picking on him at this point, try and make an effort to actually just irritate Dartmock. Like, try and make him go on Till. I don't know if he is the kind of guy that goes on Till. I don't know him that well enough. But he's certainly having a rougher day, as you mentioned.
I don't know if we'll ever know if Darkmock is tilted. It feels like his emotions are always in control. It seems like it's a German thing about him. I remember talking to him about being one of the best assassins in Europe, and he's like, yeah, I guess so. I just play the game. That's about it.
They're all very modest.
Yeah, very modest indeed. 4-4 will be hitting here soon as our teams are getting experience. Splendor, though, will take some damage here. Splendor is knocked back by the grenade here from Schwimpy. He's trying to kite in. Does he escape away? Schwimpy is hungry, though, going for more, and Schwimpy does not get the kill on Splendor. Beautiful escape.
Yeah. And actually, I think this is going to subside up towards the top here. That's the difference between a good player and a great player. The fact that Splendor didn't try to escape through the gate because he knew he was always going to be bodyblocked by ETC, he escaped via the little path down below. Oh god, I love it.
Even if you don't live there, pulling the attention of two people for 2 to 3, 4 seconds can give your team a chance to do something. Blumby, though, falls victim once again here to Fnatic, as that happened last round on the Diablo. Schwimpy keeping up with the aggression, and that is 2 members burned for the Misfits.
And talk about taking the wind out of Misfits' sails here. They not only did they seize Shrine control, but also they took out 2 of their frontliners. So now there's almost 0 chance of them ever being able to rival that position here. Say if like one of them had still stuck around, Zarya was still alive, then they could have tried to poke at it. But oh no, looking on towards Dartmock. Is he going to get away? He bounces against one of those minions, and good escape.
Nice movement by him. Fnatic is now about to finish up the Shrine phase here as they're at 39 to 21. They now get the first push of the day here with the Punisher. Heading straight in, we have Diablo, Nurok, and it looks like Sylvanas here to help clear it up.
All right, push about to begin. Will they go over? Doubt it. They don't really have too many tools to get back out of there. So it's just going to be the Punisher baited over the wall, get that wall down, back on out here for Fnatic. They just want themselves the 7, propel themselves towards 10, get that talent advantage. Misfits having a bit of a harder time.
Yep, Thunder push and standard defense. Wubby here. Just trying to see if he can get a little bit of harassment, but also to get an idea of where the opponents are rotating. Had they not showed up for the first, 5 to 8 seconds, you could assume they're going to be pushing the top lane, and he could have called it out to his teammates.
All right, Fnatic just going to clean up this camp as well. Stealing it is brilliant here for them. And also, okay, that's a really cool little trick that you can do on this map. You get vision of the fountain over the wall, and then the Kha'Zix will start shooting at the well first, limiting some of the Misfits' sustainability on towards that mid lane. It's a small thing, but very cool.
Small things, man. They keep stacking up here. Greymane is doing great with the mercenary camps, by the way. Already down here below. Darkmonk goes for a slight engage on Twimpy, but he doesn't catch the Impalers down here in the bottom left. And Fnatic keeps up with their map control in the early game. It seems like as we watch the series evolve a little bit, Fnatic in the early game from 1 to 7 does a phenomenal job of staying on top of mercenary camps and rotations. And then as we get to the mid to the late game, Misfits finds opportunities to get in the game.
Oh my god.
Jeez, that's you did this. This is you, Kalaris.
That's a tweet. That's a tweet.
So evil looking over here, Kalaris, changing the world with hashtags.
We can win. We can win with hashtags. Fight the power. Hashtag fight the power. Oh my god. I'm the worst.
That's one way to get the general public to look into more esports, just seeing what all these hashtags are about. What are they talking about? Let's check out the stream and see why it's a thing. Here we go. Fnatic and Misfits will be moving to the second shrine activation in the next 10 seconds. They've already got the minions to start pushing. Would love to see maybe the mercenaries on the bottom right grab it as well here, and then they can move up and start fighting over the shrine.
All right, yeah, I really like the hard camp timings on either side here. We'll be just trying to give it a little bit more sustain though and try and push Hasso up and Mumbombi away. Will not be the case. Looks like Misfits is going to win out that little fight, but they do it at the detriment of losing some of those skeletal defenders earlier on in the shrine phase.
That they do. Breeze here with a knockback on Blumby. Blumby leading the charge for his team. All 5 members here for Misfits, while Fnatic is slightly delayed. Wubby will show up and provide shields for his teammates. There is the cleanse, though. Darkmonk is going to dive on Breeze, but not be able to secure the kill.
So good from both teams. Not only the lockdown on ETC, but also the save on ETC. Oh, they're so well matched.
Wubby just walks in, though, and steals a massive amount of minions there with that smite. Yes, whoosh, indeed. Quacknix is down here in the bottom left, watching for Darkmonk to rotate because he's going to be going for the experience here. Nice patience and great game sense. Here's a power slide into the solo mosh pit. Breeze looking for it, but luckily Misfits was there with the assist.
Yeah, if Illidan was alone down there, if everybody had rotated to other lanes, then that could have been disaster for Illidan. Thankfully, Misfits knows to cover the bases, get some insurance policies, and Darkmonk is set free.
Fnatic will push with their Punisher here as it has been freed from the shrines. Blubby about halfway down HP, and there's an engage on Sylvanas, eliminated.
Oh my god, she blew up not only the Bloodless follow-up, but also Greymane going in big and deep. So very, very impressive stuff there. Jumping on towards Nurek, that is guaranteed another, a first falling in this game over to Fnatic.
And at the same time, Quacknix and Wubby go top, and they just start breaking down this board as well. Misfits are about to hit level 10, though, and with the vision of Diablo heading to the top lane, you just move away from that fight and don't risk anything.
Yeah, I did actually see a little bit of a conversation on Reddit, which was, what are those little green flashes every so often? So I just want to kind of explain that to everybody watching at the moment. It's actually when a health regen globe from the middle minion expires, so we can't actually see them ourselves here, but important to note, because for a little while, I was like, what are they?
The little small animation.
Yeah, about 6 months ago, I was like, what is that?
That became a bigger deal, too, when regen globes got the buff that they have. They deal more percentile damage, or percentile health. So cool to see that. Now, with level 10 here for Misfits, they do unlock their level 10 potential. They have their Apex, they have the Metamorphosis for Illidan, and we just saw a tweet talking about Darkmonk on Illidan, and it can be art to watch him. We have yet to quite see it here, but this is where he comes into the full being of Illidan. That's where he gets the full betrayal. Darkmonk becomes the evil villain that you love so much here, so we'll keep an eye on him.
I'm wondering if Tranquility here from Malfurion is going to be enough to subside the explosive potential of this Grey main kill comp that they've got going here. Because, yeah, they can pop Tranquility and things will get healed up, but they're specifically focusing on one target throughout these engagements and catching them and killing them. So
yeah, I will tell you that if they do survive through the initial burst of Greymane out of position for the next 3 seconds while his Dark Flight comes back up, so you do get that kill. So they are banking on it. One of the best things they can do to make sure that bank is well established is to make sure they are on equal footing.
Oh, they just... Quacknick's just decided, I'm going for that camp, that's mine. No, you're not having it. Oh, cool little stuff. I mean, they were level 13 against 11 at that time, so difficult here for Misfits to kind of justify it with the rest of Fnatic kind of roaming around near that location.
Darkmonk is split pushing in the top lane here, and he's going to have some trade-offs with Tyrael. Tyrael, for the most part, will be able to win that trade if he uses his smites correctly, and obviously with it being Wubby, he will. Darkmonk is forced to retreat. The Shrine phase has begun again, and Fnatic again in the lead, 17-6 here. Tyrael is still in the top lane watching Darkmonk.
It's games and series like this, Trixler, that make me want to just take my headset off and go play. It's a delight to watch, and Fnatic at the moment are just effortlessly taking this Shrine.
Yeah, as they should here, with Darkmonk not being in the mix. Darkmonk is one of the engagers, but also the follow-up of Diablo. And without him being there, yes, Fnatic is aware this team fight potential from Misfits is not very well established. Zarya's not going to do much damage unless we apply damage to her, and Sylvanas just doesn't bring that much in a fight, especially through Sustain. So they grab this Punisher. It's an Arcane Punisher, which is obviously the most scary of all 3 Punishers.
Of course, and look how fast Quacknix goes to this wall, starts working on it, bringing down the side wall. Now this is a tactic that is used and employed in Heroes of the Storm quite heavily. It means that when this Punisher jumps over, there's the potential that they can follow it through very, very quickly. There goes Breeze walking through that location, trying to get a lockdown. There goes Bloodlust as well. Trixler, they're going in.
They're going in with the attack speed here. Quacknix as well, working it in, putting damage on the keep. So far though, Miss has done a good job of making a concave and kiting backwards, but still applying damage to the Arcane. While Fnatic had a strong engage there, I gotta commend Misfits on their ability to kite backwards, wait out the duration of that Bloodlust, but also keep their keep.
Yeah, the patience and aggression, like from both teams throughout the series so far, has been pretty much on point. As you can see now, Misfits looking for themselves probably to clean up top. They want to save themselves that fort as quickly as possible, and they will be able to do so.
It's like watching a ballet between these two teams. Yeah. Every single step is beautiful in its own way. It's almost art at this point. All of Fnatic, though, do move down here bottom left because there was a misstep from Misfits. They sent a couple of members of the top lane, which means that if they stayed up there too long, they could have taken the keep. Luckily, Misfits do respawn in kind. Darkmonk, though, leading the charge here, looking for a fight. He sweeping strikes in and dives.
It's like comparing it to your normal Hero League experience. It's like it's not real, you know? You watch the coordination, you watch how they're able to weave in and out from fight to fight, just retreat instead of being in Hero League and that one guy says, I'm going in. I'm like, I don't know if you should go in. You're Oriel. Like, just stay back, mate.
No, I agree with you. I mean, if I'm in Hero League right now, I'm looking at my opponent's base, and there's my Nova sitting there waiting for an avatar that actually didn't get picked.
Yes.
That's my Hero League experience for you. 15-14, Fnatic here on their way to level 16, keeping this lead, especially with pressure already on that bottom keep. If there is a scenario that opens up, it's Fnatic getting into a fight, and if they take out 1 or 2 members, they can move forward and get a keep killed off. They are in great standing here.
All right, so looks like they will be able to clean this up nicely. On the way to 16 here. And once again, thank you very much for your tweets. Continue to bring them in. Be famous for a minute here on stream with the hashtag HGC.
Darkmonk keeping the push up here in the top left. This is actually really good. He needs that pressure on that top lane, so one, someone can start soaking it and get to 16 themselves, because they are going to be a level and a half behind Fnatic, who is about to hit 16. Fnatic, seeing that Sylvanas is up there and seeing a mercenary camp already being grabbed at that point, they can tell that there are 2 people that are not near this fight, so they start applying pressure. Nurok, though, with the help of Blumby, are doing a great job of being a robust front line here and not allowing any pressure.
All right, backing off. Almost got it. Almost. So now, just want to shut down Sylvanas, grab themselves this Shrine. Very difficult for Misfits to do a whole lot about that Shrine right now, especially with the potential of Bloodlust and the blow-up potential.
Yeah, I'm going to be looking at Blumby here for when they do hit 16 to give them the engage that they want. Fnatic will peel off Greymane to deal with the pressure in the top lane, so they will get rid of those mercenary camps. At the same time, Misfits grabbing their consolation prize. What can they take? They take this mercenary camp on the left. They also grab the one to the very far south. So they get some pressure, at least pushing in. And the next goal from there is to try and get as close to 16 as possible before the Shrine phase concludes.
Not doing too badly at all here, Fnatic. 40-0, as is the way. Here comes the Punisher. All right, so how are they going to set up for this? Wubby and Breeze leading the charge. They want to bring down that wall before the Punisher even gets there so they can start threatening Keep.
Yeah, it's one of the best things they can do. They also, I love this, they kill off the little wall on the right side there. So Breeze, if someone is stepping up too much there in the concave that Misfits have been doing, can engage and get that power slide. Holy ground. Now unlocked here for Fnatic, so they can get some isolation. Watch Rock in them and their placement. There goes Diablo, slam on the side, but he does retreat to the bottom left.
Breeze in a little bit of trouble there. Power slide out after the combination from Diablo comes away. Where is our Bloodlust? Here comes the Bloodlust with also Commandeer Odin looking for big damage here. The Punisher still pounding away at this location. A lot of sustain coming out from Misfits. Will handle that very nicely. Charge forwards there from Diablo. Mosh pit, but he is cleansed out of it there. They're going to try and go for more here. Smexy as well as Wubby in a lot of trouble at the moment.
Sanctification in the back line as well will be used. Darkmok going for the chase here on the right, but the Holy Ground denies it. Well played there by Wubby. A back and forth heroic spin, but nobody dies. Darkmok looking for more.
I literally just collapsed to my knees at how beautiful the back and forth is.
Yeah.
Nobody died. Look at them, they're staying again. But here we go on towards Greymane, taking a lot of damage. Will Cracknix end up falling? Yes, he will. A good pick off there for Misfits to start bringing this back. Although Illidan in the thick of things, he will have to get on our way. And that is a good turnaround there for Misfits.
Good pickup by Blumby, realizing that Sanctification wasn't available. Tychus was on the rotation in the bottom left, or they may have been able to take out Illidan and go for a 1-for-1 trade. Now Misfits with a 5v4 and an Illidan getting his heroic back here as he works in every single auto attack, are going to take the keep wall.
Oh my god, he went full Moonfire build. I've just noticed.
Man, Fury in here. Drop down the Moonfires.
I love it. I didn't even realize until just now. So Luna Shower coming in and full Moonfire at 13 and 16 means that there's actually a lot of annoying damage coming out from Malfurion very far away, thanks to the fact that he took a Luna's Grace at level 4. So watch out for extra damage from that Moonfire, and you can keep it stacked even without hitting things. You can just hit the ground and it works.
That and the slow is very impactful, especially for Zarya, who remember when she's trying to kite, she has to stand still. So you get a little more shots in there, especially when her energy bar is at the top of its level. So a wonderful build here from our Malfurion player. Also gives you the ability to knock people off mounts and allow Illidan to give chase. Cool build.
Illidan with Blaze of Azzinoth at 16 means that that's a lot of damage after he's hit 5 times with one of his abilities. Which one is it? I can never remember. It is Sweeping Strike.
It's Sweeping Strike. If he hits 5 heroes, he gets Blades of Azzinoth available, and he can shred.
Oh yeah.
Shred through front lines.
It hurts. It hurts. So now Fnatic has to be careful. They're still looking for their Bloodlust attacks though. They're still looking for Commandeer Odin into Bloodlust. That comp has a very long windup. That's why you're seeing Misfits able to escape from it, because they know it's so telegraphed.
Nice Gilding cocktail there. Wubby will use his Holy Ground as he's engaged there by Blumby, the Eldruin, just keeping him alive here. Another Holy Ground on the bottom left as Illidan is pinched into a corner. Swippy gets some damage, but Blumby may have Bowberry extended here, especially with the Earthbind Totem here. Blumby getting focused down. He does pop APOC. There's a Sanctification, though, to save all of Fnatic. And we have a Sylvanas being grabbed by Mosh Pit. Wubby giving chase. Smexy also trying to lead the charge here. Is there another Totem available for Splendor? There it is, and now Malfurion. Manfurion will go down.
This could be it. This could be it. They are going to march on with 2 members dead. Diablo, though, coming back with the souls that he has. They realize that Diablo, Zarya, Illidan is a little bit that they don't want to extend into. They want to get this. They want to get 20. Finish with this Punisher in 20 could be a very real possibility.
That it could. You get the keep, you can push in the core. Bloodlust will be up in 50 seconds here. If you delay it long enough, you can make sure that you can push with the Arcade Punisher at the same time, or the Punisher at the same time, and apply that damage. So, all about waiting and using your patience here before finishing the entire shrine so you can get your cooldowns rolling. Sylvanas now spawning in the next 6 seconds, and we'll also have Malfurion in the mix. Our teams moving in.
Level 20 about to hit. You can hear the bell in the background foretelling the potential doom here of Misfits if they are not able to succeed in this defense. 20 now reached. Fnatic are going to push in aggressive to this location. The Punisher is on the way. This keep is already low. They're zoning them out. They're making sure this Punisher can't jump towards the middle keep trick.
Nice high-level play here, but Diablo gets to jump. Cleanse is popped. Zarya gives a shield. Here goes the engage. Big red button engaging on the bottom right as well. All of Fnatic go straight for the core. Bloodlust has been popped. Metamorphosis here. Here is the huge apocalypse. The Saint does help out as well, though. Smexy trying to apply the damage. Here comes the big red button. They're going down to 0% and GG as Fnatic will take the second game up here, going 2-1. Oh, indeed. They went for it, man. I love the engagement there. They put enough zoning on the right side there. They just went all in on the core, calling the numbers. They're calculated. Use a hashtag with that there. Fnatic just knows their limits, Kalaris.
Oh, let's just watch it again.
All right, let's just watch the beauty. Here it is.
Watch it again. So their initial plan was to zone out this jump, which was it was so cool to watch because they knew that the Misfits were going to try and do that. Then chaos ensues. ETC is so low. A lot of the focus is forced to that. Wailing Arrow only hits ETC during that. Here. And this Sanctification, you can see Commandeer Odin dashing into that Sanctification to keep him alive for just brief moments more. And
let's just go to a commercial, guys. We'll be right back with Game 4. Fnatic Misfits 2-1 in the favor of Fnatic.